Hi West Babylon and happy ThursD.I.Y. On this ThursD.I.Y, we are going to be making a stone family out of Campfire. So it's a stone family campfire candle holder. In your craft kit, if you got one from the library, you'll have all your supplies. However, if you're doing this on your own, what you would need is a wood coaster, a swatch of fabric, 3 sets of googly eyes, some toothpicks, a electric battery operated candle, and you would like some smooth flat rocks. So to start us off, what we're going to do is using a glue gun, so you also need your handy dandy glue gun. We are going to put the fabric on our base. So I'm going to start by just putting glue along the outside of my entire base. And I want it to adhere because I need my rocks to also adhere to the fabric. And I'm going to center my fabric on and press it down. Now just be careful, you don't want to burn yourself. Okay. So now it is adhered to our base. So what I'm going to do is now take my edges and I'm going to glue those down as well. So I'm flipping it upside down and I'm just gluing down my corners. Once again, be very careful, you don't want to burn yourself. I somehow picked up 2 pieces of fabric, so we're going to have a little bit of a thicker base, but that's okay. That's what I love about crafting. You just go with the flow and you enjoy it no matter what. So you can see I'm just going around the entire thing and just gluing down each piece of fabric, each edge. Thank goodness the glue is not that hot because I've gotten my finger in it multiple times. So once again, if you have a hot glue gun, be careful. This one doesn't reach a very high temperature, but if you have, an older model, you will end up burning yourself, so really be careful. Although our little stone family there at a campfire, but we don't need to deal with the heat. Okay, so we're almost around the entire edge of our coaster. A little more. Okay, getting there. Okay. I have glue all over my fingers. This is definitely not a project if you want to stay pristine. Okay. Alright, so we're at the very end. Now we have an awesome base created. I'm just going to give it 1 second to dry. While I do that, I'm going to clean my fingers off. Get rid of some of that hot glue. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is adhere our stones on. So we're going to flip our base back over. And there we have it. Okay. So I'm going to start by putting glue where I want my first stone. Now I like this little guy, so I'm going to put him down first. And you're going to need a sufficient amount of glue to hold the rock down because it is heavy. So I make a little mound of glue. I'm going to put my little rock on and I'm going to hold him there for a minute. Alright, so I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but if he does, we could always add a little more. So now we're going to go to our next rock. Now with this, I'm going to start on the base here. And I'm going to do a little puddle of glue on my base. Now my glue gun is being a little finicky today. It's okay. All right, And now I'm going to put them both together. Okay. This guy is not loving me. So I'm going to come back around the base, just add a little more glue. Okay. I think it needs some around the back. These little spider webs of glue keep getting stuck to everything. So like I said, it is a bit of a messy project. So what I'm doing is I'm just reinforcing the base for this rock. So I have to bring the glue up a little higher on it. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have our second little rock guy on, okay, and we're going to now do the third. I'm gonna put a little on the bottom here, and then I'm going to come and make my little puddle here on my mat. This glue gun is very squeaky. All right, at least it's doing its job. All right, so here we have our last guy, and we're gonna put him on as well. And now here's where I come in, and I'm just taking my glue and I'm reinforcing it. Okay. And we're just gonna hold him up for a minute. I'm gonna come in the front and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just reinforce a little bit. Now, if you're having some problems, because the fabric does create a little bit of, it's not as easy to adhere the hot glue and the rock on the fabric, you can just nix the fabric all together. Don't use it. And you can create little scarves and little hats for your little guys. It's what you're comfortable with. All right, so all three of my guys are now on here. So what I'm gonna do is put the eyes on. So I think I'm gonna do, using my hot glue, got some spider webs going on. I'll get rid of those after. We're gonna give the big guy the biggest eyes. Get rid of our spider webs as we go. And then I just like to make sure they're on straight. Oops. Just move this one. All right, trial and error. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on. Alrighty, and there we have it. One little member of our family done. So we're going to move on now to our next one. So this is the little guy in the middle. So we're going to use little googly eyes on him. So you only need a very, very little bit of hot glue. It's very little. Okay. I think I let my glue harden a little too much. So you do have to move fast with this because it's such a tiny bit of hot glue. So don't do what I just did. You want to move quicker than that. Okay. There we have it. All right. So now our little guy in the middle, he's got some cute little googly eyes as well. And we're going to do our last one here on the end. Remember, move very quickly, otherwise it won't stick. And I did include toothpicks. If you want to make them look like they are at a campfire, you could just stick a little toothpick in, stick a little bit of cotton on the end, and there you have a little marshmallow roasting over the flame. And to finish it off completely, we take our little battery operated candle, because we don't want to put a real candle on wood because we don't want to start a fire. And there you have it. You have your little stone family votive. I hope you enjoyed this ThursD.I.Y, and I look forward to next time with you. See you then.